Hi all. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Amira, and today I wanted to talk about what I purchased in the final month of 2021, what I purchased in December, and also to talk a little bit about what I will or won't be buying in the coming months. So, first off, I will say that I didn't actually purchase a whole lot at the end of 2021 in general. I didn't purchase anything on Black Friday, which was a first for me for some years. I usually did a lot of my shopping, and I was one of those people who, if I really wanted something, I would keep a list and I would wait until Black Friday when everything went on sale, and that's when I would, buy all the stuff that I wanted. So that's been a tradition for me, spending wise, for quite some time. And this past Black Friday, I was feeling a little bit different. My lifestyle has changed so much in the past. I think a lot of ours has. In the past, since the beginning of 2020, I used to work in an office. I used to wear professional, clothing. So what I spend my money on has changed a lot. My makeup preferences have changed a lot simply because of I no longer, wear primers or setting sprays and things like that because I don't sit in an office all day and worry about my makeup lasting all day. I also, at the beginning of the fall of last year, went freelance. So I now work for myself, and that has come with, it's a different financial setup. I don't get a regular paycheck from a traditional employer, and so the way that I look at my finances is quite different. You really sort of have to plan out ahead, and there's sort of a feast or famine with that. Sometimes you get a lot of work and sometimes you're not getting a whole lot of work, and you just sort of have to make sure that you are thinking ahead enough that you are prepared for those times when there's not a lot of work coming in. So all of these things have sort of culminated in me really taking a step back and looking at how I spend money in general, but specifically on how I spend money on things like makeup. I was a makeup collector, a makeup shopper, you could even say a makeup hoarder in some ways, for a really long time. That has changed. I mean, I will say that I probably purchased a decent amount of makeup last year. I wouldn't say I was, a minimalist in any capacity, but as I sort of made the choice and decision to transition into freelance, I sort of slowly started to step back from that and really sort of take a long look at how I was spending my money when it came to makeup. So last month in December, I knew there were things that I wanted that I was probably going to purchase, but I wanted to keep that really narrowed down. I didn't want it to be me buying things because I get really excited and they're on sale and oh, that's so cute, and all of that cute, and all of that kind of way of thinking about makeup and just impulse shopping in general. I haven't purchased clothes in a fair amount of time. I used to purchase clothing regularly, but again, I work from home. My lifestyle has changed completely. So for me, if I'm spending money, it's usually on, leisure wear. I still love sweaters. I wear a lot of sweatshirts, things like that. But, you don't need like 50,000 sweatshirts and, 50,000 leggings. And so I've just been very cognizant of how I'm spending my money in that way as well. I'm also moving more towards spending less on fast fashion. And so that has sort of changed the way that I purchase clothing, because I now, if I'm going to purchase something, it tends to be something that is a bit more expensive, a bit more of an investment piece. I have to really think about it. Last summer, I purchased a lot of things that I knew that I was probably going to have for many, many years. And I liked the way that felt, buying things that were really quality, that I knew, natural fabrics, things that could be cared for and that would last if I cared for them, as opposed to buying things that would fall apart after like a season. So all of that has sort of changed the way that I've been viewing my spending in general. And like I said, last month, there were a few things that I purchased makeup wise that I knew that I wanted, that I thought long and hard about. I would say there was only one thing that was more a channel-based purchase, something that I want to review for you guys. So it wasn't something that was like, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I probably wouldn't have purchased. And you know, we'll talk about that once it arrives. It has not arrived yet, but when I sit down with it, then I'll go over everything with you guys with it. So that one I'm going to keep a bit of a mystery because it's a bit of a surprise and I'm excited about it for you guys. But other than that, I didn't buy a whole lot. I bought 4 things, which I guess some people could say is a lot. 2 were single shadows that haven't arrived yet from Colourpop, and let me just say, Colourpop is clearly eventually doing away with their single shadows. They've sort of been like low-key getting rid of them. And there's been 2 that have been on my wish list for like they've been out of stock, and I've been on their like notify me email list since 2020, and they came back in stock, and I was like, oh, I really don't want to be shopping right now, but I'm like, but these 2 shades I have wanted for literally almost 2 years now. And they were on sale, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get these 2 single shadows. And those were actually the last things I purchased in 2021, and they were 2 single shadows, Tea Garden and Antimatter from Colourpop. The other 2 things I purchased, and I've talked about this, I've shown this on my channel before, was the Giorgio Armani Neonude Melting Color Balm in the shade 45 Brick Red. Beautiful, love it. Haven't used it a ton, but I've enjoyed it so far, and I'm still very much intrigued about the other shades, but we'll get into that a little bit later about why I'm holding off on that. But yes, this is one of them. And then the other one, guys, I'm so excited. This came yesterday, and okay, so I did my video about palettes that are still on my wish list that I never purchased and that I still think about. And let's see if I can get this box open. This is literally me opening this for the first time on camera, and I'm trying to get this box open, and I'm on the struggle bus. Okay, here we go. So I really wanted this. I kept putting it in my cart and taking it out. I'm like, no, Mary, you don't need it. Keep putting it in my cart, taking it out. And I had seen some reviews and everyone was raving about it, and I was like, oh, but I still really, really want it. And I had been thinking about it for a while, like months. And when I went to finally purchase it, I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It was completely sold out. And it's a limited edition product, so I didn't know. I put myself on the email list, and I was like, are you gone forever? Did I miss out? And I mean, nothing haunts you like the things that you don't buy, like the things that you really wanted that you kind of talked yourself out of and then you regret. Those things haunt me. You know, like I still think about Pastel Golf palette many, many years later. Do I even need or want that palette now? No, but I still go, wow, remember that palette that you had in your cart, Amira, and then you said, no, you're not going to buy it. And then when you went back, it was sold out and it never came back. Yeah. So this time when it popped up on, I think it was the day, it was like Christmas Eve. I was at the post office dropping off some Poshmark packages because I've been slowly like cleaning out my closet and just getting rid of things that I know since my lifestyle has changed that I'm not going to be wearing or using. And I was shipping a pair of shoes and something else. And so I was at the post office and I was really irritated that I had to go to the post office like during the holiday season because that is just like a nightmare. Thankfully, it was pretty empty and I was very excited. As I'm walking down the street, leaving the post office, I'm on my phone trying to purchase this product. I'm building it up, aren't I? I'm really building it up. Some of you will be like, yeah, we know what you're talking about. Some of you will be like, girl, just show it. It's the NARS Climax palette, guys. I am so excited to have this palette. This is literally me opening it up for the first time and looking at it, and she's so party. And yes, okay, do I need this palette? Probably. Like, could I have duped this? Maybe, probably. I wanted this palette. I genuinely, sincerely wanted this palette. I thought about it. It wasn't like this was a rash decision. I made a genuine thought, thinking process. I had a genuine thinking process, and so as a result I don't regret purchasing this, and I'm really excited to try it. I just opened it up for the first time, literally just took it out of the box. It came yesterday late afternoon, early evening, and I'm just like so excited for this palette. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. So that's what I purchased in December, guys. I purchased a product for the channel. I purchased 2 single shadows, a blush, and the NARS Climax palette, and that's it. And that's going to be it for a while. I'm thinking I'm going to do a 3-month, well, I'm not thinking, I've started it. I'm just late getting, letting you guys know. But I'm doing a 3-month no buy. And we're gonna see how it goes. I've always been genuinely terrified of doing a no buy. I've done low buys and I've done really well in those. And I've done no buy moments, like I'll go a month and not purchase anything. I've done on and off. I've done 1 month no buy and then next month I can purchase. And I've done all types of different ways of monitoring my spending. But for now, I feel like I really just want to do a no buy, and I want to do it for 3 months, and then at the 3-month mark I can reevaluate, decide if I want to continue it or if I want to end it there and I'm good, solid. That was fun. I learned some things, saved some money, yay, but yeah, for me, my feelings about makeup and spending money on makeup are in a different place than they were last year, beginning of last year, middle of last year. And I felt the change coming towards the end of last year. I have things that I love in my collection. I really enjoy my makeup collection. I have really beautiful, lovely, stunning products that I would like to get more use out of. And I think what often happens is we get so used to purchasing so many new things that the new thing kind of usurps the older things. And then you find yourself, these things that you loved that you spent your money on get usurped by something new, and you kind of forget about them. And it's nothing wrong with those products. It's just that the new shiny thing comes along. And how sustainable is that? How much can you have something new that, you get excited about and then you forget about the other stuff? And I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to necessarily do that. I've found that, like, looking at my collection and just rotating things around, I'm really enjoying the things that I have. And I'm rediscovering things in my collection that I completely forgotten about and go, whoa, why aren't I using this? And it's like, well, you're not using it because you have so much shit that you just forgot about it, and I'm okay with that. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a minimalist. I'm not someone who's like, oh my God, when I see people with large collections, that's so wasteful, that's ridiculous. That's not who I am, and I don't like that energy thrown at me. My feeling is very much like, as adults, you can spend your money on what brings you joy, and you don't really owe anyone an explanation about that, But for me, what I look at is how my own relationship with my collection and my own relationship with the money that I spend when I purchase makeup. That's what's the focus for me. And I don't mind having a large collection. I enjoy my collection. I'm just more focused on using my collection that I have. And that's not to say that there aren't going to be things that I want. And I'm going to probably, maybe what I'll do from going forward is, instead of doing like, anti-hauls, although essentially they'll still be like anti-hauls, talking about the things that I really want to buy, but I'm not going to buy, or talking about, I did it with the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette. I really talked myself out of that palette because I duped it out. And I was kind of already on the side of not purchasing it, but duping it out really solidified that for me. And so maybe that's something that we'll be doing for the next few months. If there's something that comes up that I really want to purchase, maybe we'll see if I can dupe it out with what I have, because I have a lot and I have really beautiful makeup. And yeah, and so that's my little mini announcement there, is that I'm going to be doing a 3-month no buy. Can't talk. 3-month no buy from January, February until March. The end of March, we will reevaluate, see how I feel, see where we're at, see if we want to continue it. And if I don't continue it, I'll probably just transition to a low buy. I don't know if I'll just be like, I'm burning out. Like, no, I probably would just go to a low buy or just like a slow buy. And that's something that I've been doing a lot, actually. And that's kind of what this for me was a slow buy. It took me forever to really think and marinate on it, but I'm very happy with my choice. And that's kind of like where I want to be, is I'm moved past the impulse shopper phase of makeup. And I'm a bit more, I think, for people who really love makeup, who own a lot of makeup, who purchase a lot of makeup, there comes a point where you just kind of become a bit jaded, where you just have a more critical eye at the makeup industry and what's released, because there's only so many champagne highlighters you can own and put on your face. And there might be one that's beautiful in a new packaging that's amazing, but do you need it? Is it any different outside of those things, outside of the packaging? Is there anything unique about it that would add something to your collection that you don't already have? And for me, that's sort of been the place that I'm at, and I've been there for a while. It's just having a much more critical eye when I look at makeup, and recognizing that things that I'm attracted to, I'm often attracted to the same things over and over, and I don't necessarily need to own every single blue eyeshadow or every single green eyeshadow or every single nude lipstick, you know. There's only so many nudes shades out there in the world, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at, and as a result, I've just decided to do a 3-month low buy or no buy, excuse me, and see how it goes. So let me know in the comments, guys. Are you doing a no buy or a low buy or a slow buy this year? Are you thinking of doing one? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.